We are Hawkeye and Windy, and we have come all the way from Manchester today.
How do you describe your comic style?
I'd say it's like pop songs, but sung by unicorns with rabies.
That sounds terrifying and beautiful and all in one go.
It is.
What is your favourite dessert?
Tiramisu.
I'm more of a starter person.
That wasn't the question though, was it?
For some reason I want to say Black Forest Gatto, but that is so wrong and retro.
Trifle. I like trifle.
Well, my husband's favourite dessert is sticky toffee pudding.
No one cares about your husband's favourite dessert.
I don't. What would I choose on a menu? Not ice cream.
Oh my god.
Not like spongy cake. Not cheesecake. I don't know. I really don't.
It's a matter of life or death, your gut instinct.
Nothing.
Black Forest Gatto, it is. What animal are you most like?
See, I've always had this conversation. I don't know what I'm like.
Oh my god.
I know what every other person is.
What am I then?
You're some kind of like cat.
What? No. I don't like cats. I like dogs. I'd rather be a dog.
Oh, I don't like dogs. I would probably be a manatee or a zebra.
I'd like to be a hummingbird.
What's the first album that you bought?
Probably something like By Another Level or Mariah Carey.
Mine was Mariah Carey's #1 hits on cassette tape.
Oh no, maybe I think it was Take That, Everything Changes on cassette.
And has this influenced?
Yes.
Well,
yes, very much so. Yes.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year?
Because we're influenced by Take That, Mariah Carey and unicorns.
My name's Ben Powell, I'm from Ellesmere Port, which is near Chester. I try and do political satire. I basically talk about politics, but without really saying anything political. I just mention sort of Nigel Farage and then talk about anything else, but it's somehow, it seems cleverer than it is, I think.
And who would play you in a film of your life?
Probably David Mitchell, I suppose, but then he's older than me, so that wouldn't work, would it? But then I'd need someone younger, but I'm not very old yet, so...
It could be Ben Powell, the later years, maybe.
Yeah, no, if it was that'd work, yeah. Otherwise, I'd need someone who's not yet been discovered.
And who are your comedy heroes?
People like Daniel Kitson, Stuart Lee, and Simon Munnery, and Richard Herring, Josie Long.
Fantastic. And if you had a superpower, what would it be?
Probably just the power to smile and enjoy life a bit, I suppose. That'd be enough.
That would be enough. You'd be happy with that. Low maintenance.
Yeah.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year?
I definitely shouldn't, based upon experience and skill, but I think I'm quite plucky. It's like the Mighty Ducks. I shouldn't win, therefore I probably should, basically.
I like your logic.
Thanks.
I'm Jack Gleadow, I'm 20 and I'm from Hull.
Thank you. And what is your comic style?
It's kind of like old school style really, it's like one-liners mixed with stories and stuff, like kind of like Tim Van, Tony Cooper-esque style really.
If you could go to a historical event, which one would it be?
Probably not a historical event, but I'd like to go back to like the stages of like the London Palladium back in the day, like 60s and 70s, and play all that circuit that it used to be on. Because I think it was such a better theatre circuit and variety circuit and comedy circuit back then, so I'd like to go back there.
And you could have been like a Morecambe and Wise.
Yeah, the next
Psychic.
Bruce Forsyth, yeah.
And if you had a superhuman power, what would it be?
I'd like to fly, because then you can get to gigs easier and don't have to get on trains and buses and stuff.
Finally, who would play you in a film about yourself?
Barry Chuckle. Quick as that, yeah.
Why should you win the Comedian of the Year award?
Why shouldn't I win is the question. I probably won't win. It's just a gig. It's just a nice gig. If I win, I win. If I don't, move on. Live your life.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Dean Mower from Middlesbrough.
And how would you describe your comic style?
Observational, talk about my life, anything really.
Okay, who are your comedy heroes?
I've got loads there. Richard Jenny, someone like Jason Cook, Kerry Marks, Dan Nightingale, Eddie Murphy.
If you were in a beauty pageant, what would you wish for?
To be better looking.
What's your favourite cheese?
Don't eat cheese.
You don't like cheese?
Don't like cheese or strawberries or silent witness.
Oh, I can't believe that. You're the second comedian to not like cheese.
Don't like cheese. I don't look like a mouse, it's alright. Sorry.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year award?
Because I'm desperate and needy. And I can't tell my daughter that I didn't win, so either way I'm going to tell her I won. She'll be devastated.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
So I'm Lauren Pattison and I'm from Newcastle.
And how would you describe your comedy style?
It's relatively anecdotal, quite observational. I stick to talking about what I know, which is myself. Talk a lot about my own life. I try and centre it around a theme, so at the minute I've tried to centre it around growing up, because I'm like coming up to 21 and I've realised quite a lot of my material comes from how utterly failing I am at life and how bad I am at being an adult. I was just on the train on the way here and I was looking out the window. That sounds like such a cliche what a comedian says, but that was genuinely true. I was looking out the window and I thought there was like something massive on fire out the window, and I stared at it for ages and it was the sun. And like I just sat and I thought, I'm 21 and I've like just twigged what the sun is. It's ridiculous.
Now, if you had a superhuman power, what would it be?
I'd want to be able to read people's minds, but I'd want to be able to pick and choose. Like, I wouldn't want it all the time, just so I could know if people was lying. I think that would be useful.
Have a little dial that you can switch on. What was the first album that you bought?
I don't even know if I bought an album. I'm quite of the digital age. Yeah, honestly don't know. Knowing me, actually, it was probably one of the Now albums, or like Pop Party 17 or something like that. I was quite into me pop when I was growing up.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year?
It would just be nice, wouldn't it? I suppose. Everyone seems, well, I know quite a few of the competitors and they're all really funny, so it's a fair fight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I'm Theresa Follow and I'm from St Helens on Merseyside.
And how would you describe your comedy style?
Oh, I do gags around different themes, talking about myself and my husband and all sorts of stuff like that.
Wonderful. And what's your favourite dessert?
My favourite dessert? Strawberries and cream.
Which is what you had for breakfast, lunch and dinner?
Kind of. I had a strawberry milkshake for breakfast. I had some strawberries with my lunch. I haven't had any this evening though.
Managed to abstain. So, who are your comedy heroes?
Oh, I've only got one hero, and that's Lee Mack. Absolute, yeah, I love him. Brilliant. Very, very funny. Some people call him a bit old-fashioned, but who cares what the fashion is? If they make you laugh, then that's all you need to do.
Absolutely. And if you could go back to a historical event, which one would you go back to?
Oh, would you go? When London burnt down. The Great Fire of London,
Yes,
that's the one.
Great Fire of London.
Yes.
How come?
Well, it reminds me, I don't know why, but it reminds me of bonfire night, and I like the smell of jacket potatoes. And I just think it would be a great opportunity to bake some potatoes and maybe set some fireworks off.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year?
Because if I don't win a competition soon, I'm going to end up in a coffin, because I haven't got long to live, you know, and I want to, you know, I want people to just vote for me, because otherwise I'm just going to die and shrivel up, and that'll be the end of me. I like to end on a high.
Thank you very much.
My name's Fran Garrity and I'm from Middlesbrough.
And how would you describe your comic style?
I'm quite laid back. I'm quite a laid back comedian. I've got like a deadpan sort of sense of humour.
What's your favourite dessert?
Strawberry trifle.
Strawberry trifle?
Yeah.
Lovely. And who would play you in a film of your life?
Probably my twin brother.
Is he an actor?
No, I haven't got a twin brother. It was just a funny answer.
If you were in a beauty pageant, what would you wish for?
Peace and harmony.
That's very selfless of you. And why should you win the Comedian of the Year award?
Because I'm very funny. That's
Good,
it.
Good answer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
I'm Nigel. Needham. I'm from Bolton.
Okay. So. And what's your comic style?
Usually been described as extreme deadpan.
I'd agree with that.
That's pretty much it. So, yeah.
And if you could have superhuman power, what would it be?
The ability to win every comedy competition I entered.
Okay. What was the first album that you bought?
This is awful. It's an innuendo. It was by Bon Jovi. It's called Slippery When Wet.
And have you still got it?
It's cassette, so somewhere, yes, I think so.
And why should you win the Comedian of the Year competition?
Because I didn't win it last year.
It's good enough reason.
Yeah. Or any other year.
So, I'm Al Edwards, I'm from Harrogate. Local boy, done me.
And how long have you been doing comedy for, and what's your style?
I've been writing little bits of comedy all my life, but I've never tried it before. So I thought I'd plunge in here tonight and crumble as I did. So Yeah, it was. I was going really well. Then I just forgot everything about halfway. Well, not even halfway through. It was tougher than I thought.
Good first effort, though.
It was all right. I've got the stones to do it, so I'll keep going.
And who would play you in a film of your life?
Michael Moore or Peter Griffin.
Who are your comedy heroes?
There's a lot. My biggest one would probably be Frankie Boyle, but I wouldn't class my style as anything like that. But I love Frankie Boyle. I like pushing things to the extreme. I tried to go a bit middle of the road for myself tonight.
And where's your favourite place in the world?
Caleta de Fust in Fuerteventura.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah, very warm.
And why should you win the competition?
I definitely should not win the competition.
Thank you very much.
All right, cheers, Hollie. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Jay Islaam and I'm from Cambridgeshire.
And how would you describe your comic style?
I don't have a comic style. I have lots of different comic styles because I play a lot of characters as well as doing straight stand-up. Often it's very challenging. I think it's very obvious who I'm inspired by in my comedy. Usually the kind of guys who've been banned from lots and lots of places.
And how would you describe the character you play tonight?
The character I play tonight is called Bam Bam Shake. And he is inspired by the time that I used to live in the Middle East. He's very much kind of a Middle Eastern version of Alf Garnett, in that he holds all these horrendous, outdated views, and he says such absurd things that nobody in their right mind would take seriously.
So, who would play you in a film of your life?
That's a good one. Philip Seymour Hoffman would be nice, but that's not going to happen now. I know, it's very sad, tragic. That's the only guy, I don't know. Given Daniel Day-Lewis's range, I'm sure he could play a brown guy and get away with it, and probably win an Oscar for it again. So those two, maybe.
And why should you win the competition?
Based on today's performance, I don't think I should. But I think there's some really good acts tonight, and some acts that I really enjoyed. There's some really strong contenders for this competition.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome.